Today we're catching some sun and waves with Jan, a QHS member whose life is as vibrant and refreshing as a seaside breeze. What currents brought him to the sunny shores of the quantum shift? Let's surf behind the scenes to see the waves he's been riding.
Hello, this is Jan. I grew up in a happy middle class time in the 60s and 70s in the Netherlands. My dad is from a family of flower growers, and he became an engineer designing chemical processes in factories. And my mum was from a farming background. She grew up on a farm. I always loved to go to the farm in holidays and interesting all these animals and machinery. And I was lucky enough that my mum was a happy stay-at-home full-time mum. It was always nice to have her home when I came back from school, and that was just normal in those days. We had a lot of freedom. I grew up playing with my friends with model trains and boats and cars, and get up to mischief outside until the traffic lights, the street lights went on. So yeah, it's pretty good. And we spent a lot of happy family holidays on sailing boats. With the 5 of us, I had 2 sisters. And we started with the 5 of us weeks on a 7 meter, that's 22 foot boat. And I learned a lot of skills, had a lot of freedom, and I got responsibility. So I considered it a pretty good childhood. And following my passion of sailing, I started sailing with other people to wider horizons, and ended up doing a lot of offshore racing and crossing oceans. And I went on to study naval architecture, and that seemed a logical way to go after designing and building my own little boats at high school. During my time at university, I discovered that there was more to life that academics would ever discover. I decided to just learn a profession that I could do what I liked, and decided to become a deck officer in the merchant navy. It would be a good job, so I had a freedom of thought and could just think what I wanted in freedom there. So that led to a career at sea, and eventually I was captain on big ships going worldwide. And I enjoyed it for a while. I immigrated with my wife to New Zealand, and there was a lot more freedom there than in the Netherlands. And like a lot of colleagues, I bought a piece of land and started small farming. We planted an organic nut tree orchard. So there was another adventure that I did in my spare time there. And interestingly enough, in my family crest that I discovered from the 17th century, it features a fruit tree and a big anchor. So both the land and the sea have been in my blood, apparently. I was made redundant from a few companies, and eventually I ended up in a job ashore as a harbour master. And that was quite interesting. I loved that job. It was close to home and family and the shore, newspapers, and cafes. And because life at sea got a bit lonely, and it changed a lot over the years. You hardly got into ports anymore. And this job was interesting because it had everything from the biggest cruise ships that came in to dealing with recreational boats and kayaks and everything in between. But this career came to a premature end with the COVID pandemic. My employer decided it was too dangerous to continue my job without getting the experimental RMNA jabs, so I wanted none of that, so went into early retirement. And now we're living in a remote location in New Zealand with my new partner, and we have a boutique accommodation that we manage. So it's a nice semi-retirement that gives us a bit more free time as well. Since losing my jobs, I've given up the health insurance. It got a bit expensive, and I decided just to spend my money on living healthy and not needing too much. So we have plenty of fresh fish and venison and chicken eggs and veggies here. So yeah, it costs a lot of time as well, but we enjoy the lifestyle, and I think it's a lot healthier. Many guests tell us they think it is a very special place and find it hard to leave, and we agree it's a special place. There seem to be good vibes here, and that gave us the idea to develop it into a healing center in the future. My partner and I have been doing the various healing courses and yeah, exploring that kind of life more. Over the years I learned to live more from the heart and from the head. I was raised into academic life and thought, but slowly it's been changing, and the last few years a lot quicker. And so far my following my heart and not chasing money has paid off handsomely, I would say. We'll have the energy to set up our healing center or centers. If it goes well, we like to buy a bigger property and more properties and more healing centers if we can. So because I think there'll be a lot of people that will need healing in the coming few years. So in short, we're quite happy here and full of optimism about the future. I think there's a lot of people going the right way. It's just the majority of people seems to be unaware of the problem and solutions and how they've been betrayed by authorities. But my conclusion is it's no use fighting the old system. We just have to start a new system and create a new world. So yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, we lost faith in the pharmaceutical sickness industry, and yeah, exploring what else there is to stay healthy and just doing a lot of discoveries. So yeah, it's an interesting road and quite interesting, and made a lot of new friends. Lost a lot of friends too, but it's a journey, as most of you will know. Yeah, and logically this almost also led me to be aware of quantum healing systems, and a small inheritance from my dad enabled me to donate for the home system, so still waiting for that. And yeah, I think it's a whole thing that needs to be encouraged, so I think it's a worthy course, and hopefully leads us to a bright new future and becoming younger again. I think we after becoming 65 we decided to count backwards again, so we'll never be old. Yeah, regarding my own health journey, I've always been pretty fit and healthy, I think, especially since starting race rowing at university and doing a lot of tramping and running and biking, all kinds of sports in my life, and a lot of homework and manual work in the orchard and things like that. One thing I've had trouble with all my life is my bowels. I remember already as a little boy, but recently I learned that it might have been problems with my ileocecal valve. No doctor ever tells you about that. And no drugs help against it, so they ignore it. Yeah, so for the rest, just getting a bit older, you get all these little problems. High blood pressure. I stopped taking any medication for it a couple of years ago. Tingling fingers, probably carpal tunnel syndrome. I guess cold feet and cold hands quickly from called the Raynaud's syndrome, apparently. Getting up in the night to go for a pee from an enlarged prostate. Yeah, for the rest everything works still, but it gets older. I wake up stiff joints, all these kind of things. Also, my teeth are not the best anymore now. Generally maintain them well, but some inflammation problems now, and yeah. So some new teeth would be nice. Too expensive to get them all fixed now. For the rest, yeah, skin spots and stuff, so yeah, we're both looking forward to getting younger again.
Join us on the prequel, where every story matters and every voice is heard. Because here at QHS, we're all about healing, learning, and growing together.